So let's talk about the key findings of the Future of Job Reports 2020. So according to their research, they're expecting that 85 million jobs would be lost. That's a bad news. The good news is that during the same period, 97 million jobs would be created, new jobs. The jobs being lost are data entry clerks, administrative and executive secretaries, accounting, bookkeeping, accountants and auditors. This is the third time they have shown up in this category. What are the jobs being created? Look at the nature of those jobs. So data analysis, scientists, AI and machine learning specialist, big data specialist, digital marketing and strategy specialist. So think of this nature of these jobs. They are quite technical, mainly technology oriented. So in a big picture, you can see that yes, 85 million jobs are being lost, 97 being created. So there will be more jobs. But unfortunately, those people who are losing jobs may not be able to fit into those new roles. So this is from the report. They said that 50% of all employees will need reskilling by 2025. 50%. Half of the workforce, global workforce, need reskilling based on the new scenario. That's a big number. And 40% of the skills which are today, which looks relevant today, they would be obsolete in 5 years. 40% of current workers' core skills would have to be replaced or upskill in 5 years. That's a big number. Now, what is your strategy? If you believe these numbers are right, probably you are one of them who has to upskill and reskill, right? How would you do that? Now, in many cases, employers would do that, which means that the leftover people, if they are not up to the mark, they would really provide training. But when will they provide training? We don't know. And employers are not loyal to employees anymore. So what are you waiting for? Whether you are employed or unemployed or in transition, this is the time to jump start on your reskilling and upskilling. Here are the top 10 skills in 2025, according to this report. So starting with analytical thinking and innovation, active learning, complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, originality, and initiative. So these are all quite soft skills. These were mainly the soft skills, which I call leadership skills. And here you see the technologies, which are very, very fast penetrating into the business. So in this list, this is by the adoption of which technology is on the top. So on the top is cloud computing, big data analytics, Internet of Things, encryption, artificial intelligence, etc., etc. You can see the trend, right? So on the one hand, we see the technologies are being implemented in businesses. On the other hand, the top requirement for top skills is mainly on the soft skill side. It looks weird that a lot of businesses are moving into the digital transformation, and this report is only talking about the soft skills, leadership skills. So what are we missing here? So let's look at these definitions. What is hard skill and what is soft skills? Hard skills are learnable skills which we usually cover or learn in the early part of life. Physics, chemistry, accounting, degrees, languages. I would say that even technologies fit into the hard skill. Soft skills are again like leadership skills, communication, flexibility, self-discipline, teamwork, time management, empathy, communication, etc., right? So these are the two sets of skills. Now there's a big difference in the two type of skills. Hard skills are easier to learn. When we are in the school, college, universities, we are basically learning hard skills. Soft skills are habits. And habits takes time to create or change or form. Communication, teamwork, time management, emotional intelligence, empathy, these are all habits. These are all leadership habits. Leadership is all about habits, leadership habits. You cannot read a book and develop habits. You could learn some science, but you need to practice a lot. So soft skills takes longer period of time. Now, here is the problem, or here is the trap for many people. When they look at the soft skills, like problem solving, like analytical thinking, they think, this is easy, I have been doing it. I have been solving problems all of my life, what's the big deal? I can do that. And they don't feel that they need to really take any other training. Now, realize that if you fix the water hose in your household, that's a problem solving, but that's a very different problem than solving a customer problem at business, right? Both can be categorized as problem solving, and you know what problem solving is. Maybe the principles are also the same, but fixing a water hose at home and fixing a problem with the customers requires very different level of skills. You could analyze the behavior of your 6-year-old child, but analyzing the behavior of your boss or your CEO is altogether a different job, right? Different level of skills are required. Let me give you an example. This is a program curriculum for the Strategic CFO program 2021. Now, a Strategic CFO program is our most successful leadership program. We are running it since 2014, and close to 300 senior level professionals, CFOs, directors, controllers have completed it. So this is a combination of business strategy, executive leadership, and digital transformation technology. So 3 modules. We originally started this program when we were only covering leadership. And after a while, we included strategy. And from the last year, we included technology into it. Now, these 3 modules are not standalone, because the purpose of this program is to prepare you for C-level jobs, CFO or C-suite jobs. At that level, you need to address complex decisions making. You need to solve critical problems. You need to have a deep level of analytical. Well, how do you do it? For example, take the current situation. In any business currently, investment in the technology is being evaluated, right? If you're a CFO, you have a very important decision made about a capital investment in certain technology. How could you make that decision if you don't have a good insight into the technologies? What technology could do that business, positive or unfavorable? And then what is the future of business based on that technology? So strategy and technology are combined now. You cannot do one without the other. You have to have that level of insight, having a knowledge of technologies and having a good knowledge of strategy, right? So that's the combination of the 2 expertise, 2 business level knowledge you create. I would say these are hard skills. But then you need soft skills leadership modules to implement that. Because if you have reached to a conclusion that this technology has to be implemented, you need to convince your CEO. You need to work with a lot of other partners. You need to have the good communication, influence, and emotional intelligence. That is how it works in the leadership. Now, could you learn it? Of course, you could learn it, but you cannot learn by going to a 2-day class. You need to practice it. That is what people do in this program. This program is not 5 days or 10 days or 2 weeks or 3. This program is now year long, 1 year, 12 months long. We take time. Every week we have 2-hour session every week for 50 weeks. That is how we digest all this stuff. And then we have peer groups. So peer group from different companies at different level, they work together every week. And they exchange ideas, they discuss case studies, they work with one another on their leadership skills like communication, influence, emotional intelligence, etc. By the way, we are starting this program in January. This will be the 10th batch, by the way. 10th batch. 9th batch is completing now. And 10th batch is starting from the 9th of January. But that is what, this model has not been created in 1 day. We have been experimenting with this learning model for 5 years. And you talk to anyone who has completed this program, they will tell you how much they have learned in 12 months. And it doesn't end because the community continue to work. The peer groups continue to work together as long as they want. Let's look at the practically how does it work. So the diagram you're looking at, let's look from the bottom and assume that your goal is really become a C-level executive, CFO or C-suite executive. You have to have some basic business knowledge, and business knowledge, not what a lot of people have, but deep knowledge. So you have a strategic insight. Your base is strategy modules. And then you learn technology modules, your digital know-how. These 2 modules make your business foundation with the knowledge and understanding of the business. Because as I said, technology and strategy cannot be separated. So these are one. With this knowledge, what you do, you work on your leadership habits, leadership modules, communication, influence, emotional intelligence, persuasion, etc. And how do you practice it? You work with your peer groups. So with peer groups, you are basically practicing leadership and also using the ideas from technology and strategy. So you are prepared, you are well prepared actually with the 3 modules to really jump start into your business problem arena. And when you go to the business, it's basically your communication skills through which you execute. So you have good ideas, good knowledge, good understanding of the business. You have leadership approach, you have practiced it with your peers, you're ready to offer solutions. And with your communication, because that is the main tool we use to influence the business, you use your communication and you do your job as a CFO or a strategic CFO. So that's the framework basically. How does it work in reality?